Hey Hub City, just checking in today with another segment of Cup of Joe, Cup of Jesus, meaning we're going to make some coffee and we're going to talk about Jesus for a little bit. Now, this past weekend we continued our series called For Crying Out Loud, which we're talking about all these mini stories of people being emotional with God. We talked about Elijah having this impactful moment with God alone on a mountain. It was the same mountain that Moses went to encounter God and receive the 10 Commandments. So for Elijah, this was a highly sacred space, and that's what we called it. This is a sacred space for him. He found quiet, he found stillness, he heard the voice of God, and in doing so, it transformed his thinking. It changed his emotions, and it inspired him towards action. And so we encouraged you, find your sacred spaces. And when we look at Jesus, Jesus had his own sacred spaces. Often he would get away to pray. In Matthew 26, we see him in the garden alone, bearing his soul to his heavenly Father. In Matthew 17, we see him go up a mountain with some of the disciples, and they have this holy moment together where they see him in all of his glory and his majesty and his identity and his fullness of who he is as the Son of God, often referred to as the Transfiguration. So I ask you, where's your sacred space? Where can you unplug, disconnect, quiet yourself, be with Jesus for an extended and uninterrupted time? That is so countercultural right now. And I told you, for me, this last weekend, I told you that for me, my sacred space is my fire pit. Something about the stars in the sky and the crackling fire just quiets me. It stills me. It allows me to listen and hear the voice of God. Because even now, as we are staying home and staying healthy, man, life can still be noisy and busy and loud. Can it? Right? Yeah. And so we asked you, where's your sacred space? It may not be a fire pit. We found for others, it's watching a sunset, it's going on a hike, it's doing something like that, it's sitting on a beach, maybe it's sitting on their boat, I don't know. But I'd love for you to post your comments. Where's your sacred space? Where are you able to still yourself, be quiet before Jesus, and hear what he has to say to you right now, for today, for this week? All right? Church, we love you. This has been another Cup of Joe, Cup of Jesus. I hope it filled your cup. Life's not perfect either. I'm stirring my cup with a plastic kid's fork. That's the way my life is right now. It's good, and God is still the king of my life and doing good stuff, and it fills my cup. Church, we love you. Have a great week.